You're listening to Interviews, the podcast that cracks the entrepreneurship code. I'm your host, Laurent Autin. I'm an entrepreneur, coach to entrepreneurs, and startup mentor with more than 20 years experience running companies and advising entrepreneurs. Being an entrepreneur is the most difficult job there is. There are no practical guidelines. So join me every week and learn how you can better navigate your entrepreneurship journey and become an exceptional entrepreneur. This is episode 8 of my special series, The Entrepreneur Alphabet. I created this series so you can avoid being the bottleneck in your business and understand what it takes to be a successful entrepreneur. I share practical A to Z insights across 26 short episodes because yes, the alphabet is comprised of 26 letters. Today, we cover the letter H for health, as in take care of yourself. Make sure to log on to my website, laurentautin.com/podcast and subscribe. Do you know any brilliant entrepreneurs who have so much to offer to the world, basically killing themselves for the sake of their businesses? I do. Are you one of them? I did a burnout in 2014 and I was not an entrepreneur back then, so I have learned to take care of myself since. Let me ask you, as an entrepreneur, how can you take care of your family, your people, and your business if you don't take care of yourself first? The reality is you can be a high performer without pushing yourself into the red zone all the time. I get it, being an entrepreneur is hard work. It demands sacrifice. You always think about it. You constantly work on it. You want to go fast. You want to be more efficient. And as a result, you rarely take any days off. But how long can you sustain such a pace? When you're exhausted, chances are you quickly lose focus. You make more mistakes. You're cranky and not fun to be around. When you burn the candle at both ends, you can't properly support your team and clients. They will see it. They may hate you for it. And you may even lose their trust. One of my podcast guests once told me it reached a point in his entrepreneurship journey where he was so drained that he was ready to give his company away for free. For free, can you imagine? His remark stuck with me. How damaged mentally and physically must he have been to be ready to let go of the fruit of all his money, time, and efforts? His baby to the first passerby. It took him 2 years to recover from his burnout. So what did he learn? He learned the power of taking care of himself, like I did. Your body and mind can take a certain volume of stress before you eventually collapse. A frequent consequence of never stopping? The burnout. The worst case scenario? Well, I'll let you imagine it. I can hear your excuses. You're here telling me I can't stop. There's way too much work. The market requires fast turnaround. I'm the only one who can do that. One last thing and I'll take a break. Blah, 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 blah. But then think about this. What are the consequences 1 year from now if nothing changes? How are you going to feel if 1 year from now, if you can't depend on anyone, you're still doing everything yourself and you're sleep deprived? Do you want to reach the point my podcast guest reached? Have you ever considered that you burning out is a risk for your business? That you not taking time off if you get sick or if your family member gets sick is a risk to your business? So let me ask you again. As an entrepreneur, how can you take care of your family, your people, and your business if you don't take care of yourself first? How is being exhausted or on the edge of a burnout going to help you think, be efficient, build your company, and take care of others? It can't. Simple. That's why your health should come first. I know how important your business is, but your health is way more important. And I'm talking both physical and mental health. I like to compare being an entrepreneur to being a professional athlete. Imagine an elite athlete preparing for the race of his or her life. I'm sure you're thinking about that athlete being very disciplined with regular training sessions, daily stretching and massage sessions, following a special food diet, doing some mindfulness exercises, sleeping 8 to 9 hours per day. Well, as it turns out, as an entrepreneur, you should copy what that professional athlete does, because entrepreneurship is the race of your life. You know, the best professional athletes aren't invincible. They reach their levels not only because they train hard and develop their skills, but also because there's one thing they do very well. They dedicate specific time to both mental and physical recovery. So guess what? Copy them and spend time to recover. Unfortunately, that's something a lot of people put on a second basis. I mean, if you exercise, do you ever stretch or mobilize? How much time do you sleep per night? Do you meditate? What do you do to calm the storm of thoughts in your brain? These are very simple questions. You need to take care of your mental well-being, because ultimately, that's where all your decisions come from. That's where your happiness comes from. And that's where your physical well-being comes from. Consider your mind as a muscle. Like any muscle, rest allows it to rebuild and grow. So learn how to take care of yourself and make it a priority over everything else. For instance, listen to yourself and your own needs. Allow yourself breaks throughout the day. Yes, it's tough because your company is your sweat and money, but you must find ways to acknowledge that maybe that moment in the day isn't the time when you're at your peak. Maybe you're pushing yourself to achieve something and it's just not working. So why not close the computer, get outside for a walk, for instance, and then come back fresh. In addition, I would recommend that you watch out for your diet, exercise a little if you don't, and make sure you sleep enough. We underestimate the power of sleep. Changes won't happen overnight, but if you're disciplined about it, like a professional athlete, and if you trust the process, like a professional athlete, they will. Again, being an entrepreneur is an elite profession. You must spend time recovering to stay at the top. Your body and mind need it. Your business and your people need it. Your family needs it. You owe it to yourself, your family, your people, and your business to be healthy. Thank you for listening. If you have enjoyed this episode, share it with your friends, colleagues, and fellow entrepreneurs. Next episode, I will be talking about impact. Stay tuned. Bye for now.